Good evening, and welcome once again to MathNut's stream. I will be pushing, hopefully, to Titanium tonight. I am currently sitting at Platinum 5 and 2 wins away. At least if I understand how this works correctly. I'll get one more to fill in the last bubble, and one after that will get me to Platinum or Titanium. I hope. It's also possible I go on a massive losing streak and quit tonight in disgust for having been so close and yet so far away. But I wanted to. I've been playing, obviously, some. Well, I haven't been streaming on my phone, and wanted to try and make the push to Titanium on a stream. Since I got Platinum on stream, I'd like to get Titanium as well. And I currently need 2 wins for it. Elia Cast. Oh. Solforge ladder. I need to sign in. Quest for Titanium. www.twitch.tv/math. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Where's my window? Let us just open. It's really tempted just to open with a Fighter Bomb here. I've obviously modified the deck slightly. I added one Fighter Bomb to it after I lost to the bloody Indomitable Fiend deck 3 times in a row. So I got fed up with that and threw in the Fighter Bomb as a, here, let's kill your dead pile for you. Hopefully my opponent here is not on Indomitable Fiend since I didn't play Fighter Bomb. Now it looks like he's going to be on some burn variant. Or not. NT. That doesn't bode well for me. It's actually my... Oh yeah, I regret not playing Fighter Bomb now. So he's got an Immortal Echoes with nothing on the board, which suggests that he's playing a Fiend deck. Hopefully he won't draw his Fiend. But my Fighter Bomb is in my discard and not likely to show up again for a long while. Also known as player level 2. And he has his Fiend. Okay. So it's going to be one of those kind of nights. Let us just go Arc Flight and Arc Flight and hope he doesn't draw more Immortal Echoes. And hope that I draw a Fighter Bomb on turn 2.1. Welcome, Beezy Rider in Mander and Mithril King. I really don't like this Fiend deck. It is so hit and miss. Sometimes it will just absolutely destroy its opponent when it hits the cards it wants to. And then other times it is absolute garbage, which makes it very unfun to play, in my opinion. I tried it for a while. I don't want to go back to it. I don't like the deck. There might be a variant that is less all-in on Fiend that is better, where you're using Remembrances in player level 2 and 3 instead of controlling your dead pile as strictly as you do with this version, where it's Immortal Echoes and the only creature you can ever play is Fiend. But all of that having been said, I would still prefer not to play this deck or play against it, because I can beat it. It just depends entirely upon how well it draws. Hey, Quarlord. Yep, super grinding. I am very, very close. One bubble away from full bubble on Plat 5, which would mean 2 wins away from Titanium. Of course, I passed up my Phytobomb earlier in this match, not knowing what I was playing against. That would appear to have been a Remembrance. Yeah. Yes, Remembrance. And an Immortal Echo, so he's got 3 8/8s. Awesome. Activate. Activate. So I get 2 free plays and 2 regular plays. Well, that's 1 free play. I think that's going to be 2 free plays. Get an extra 10 damage here. My battle, so I want to use that as my 3rd free play, or my first real play. Battle, and right, that lived. I guess we'll just throw that there to clear off this fiend. That was a huge amount of damage that turn. And my 2.1 does not currently have my Phytobomb in it. Dreadbolt. Makes sense. Add Immortal Echoes, so you're going to get 2 14/14s. 1, 2. You have 1 Immortal Echoes on you. It's not worth the wipe clean here. It's tempting, but not worth it. Man, where in the frick are my gauntlets? Haven't seen or played a gauntlet yet this game. And Death Current hits the big creature, because of course it does. Ooh, Varnish Pact. That's nice for me, unless he hits his creature. Varnish Pact is a bad thing for him to play. I don't know if he realizes that, but oh my goodness. I've lost, and it's just because this deck, if it goes correctly, is I hate this deck so much. Four. Back shock, you're going to kill this thing off, of course. I'm slightly disgusted right now. Eat. Throw that away just to keep 14 damage from the face. Yeah, this is utter garbage. Turn 1.1, I should have just Fido Bombed the board and been done with it. I hate this deck so much. Oh well. I need to stop grousing. It happens. Alright, that's kind of the whole reason I stuck Fido Bomb in this deck, was just because this the Indomitable Fiend deck has annoyed me greatly and cost me quite a bit of matches in Platinum, actually. I had an Immortal Echoes. And that's game. I've got nothing I can do here. I can stall for one more turn, but then I die, so. Congratulations, sir. You slowed down my ascent to Titanium. Ugh. I hate that deck. It is entirely dependent upon drawing Fiend in the first, let's say, 2 to 3 turns. And that is way too much dependency to make that a viable top-tier deck. But it can, when it wins, it just jerks out horribly. Hey, Arzakhan. No, I don't use Justicar. Yeah, I just lost that one, but I was at, 1 pip away. Justicar can help, but I don't know what I would really cut in this deck to play Justicars. A 1 of doesn't really help enough. I got the Fido Bomb on the first hand again before I know what Exalted Angel's playing. I'm going to assume Exalted is not playing Indomitable Fiend. If I thought Exalted was playing Indomitable Fiend, I would just throw that Fido Bomb and call it good. Malice Hermit. Okay. I'm really glad I didn't throw the Fido Bomb now. Holy smokes, that would have been bad. Relic Scouts. Prime. Batterbot. For 7 here. Whew. No, if I had thrown Fido Bomb that time, it would have been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That would be a 13-13, just 1 turn later. For our Lord. Okay. So far, I'm feeling pretty good about this one. What are you leveling? Lucid Echoes. And another Sage. And Malice Hermit. I'm not really sure why you overwrote there, Exalted. I think it would have been better to throw... Well, okay, yeah. I think you may have not thought things through before you played. You put your second location for the Sage. You put it here, it just dies. It's going to just die here, but it's at least going to do some damage. Potentially. Let's throw the Forge Watch here. Put Gauntlets it off the board. That seems reasonable. Get my Gauntlets leveled. Push an extra 8 damage. Get some additional armor on this Sentry in mid. Right now, the armor is absorbing all the poison damage. That won't last long if he drops a Venom Lord or whatever. Venomous Nether Scale. There we go. Hard playing Krogius. That doesn't bode well for you. And there's the Edict. This is actually, I say all of that about him not boding well. This is not a great hand for me. We'll throw the Sentinel over here and the Arbiter there. I haven't seen any indication that he has free plays, but with Lucid Echoes, there's a possibility that he has leveled an Energy Surge. I don't see any Energy Surges, but okay. I guess that works. Throw Prime in mid and Sentry in 5. Hey, there's the Fighter Bomb again. Where were you last game? Oh, right, I saw you in my opening hand. Yeah, I don't think he is. Looking at the log, I haven't seen any leveled. But he did have a Lucid Echoes, which means he has thought about card draw. Although for this deck, I think I'd actually rather have Surge over Lucid Echoes. I might be wrong, but it seems to me the free play to get your extra cards would be a better route to go down than using Lucid Echoes as a play to get free cards. Malice Hermit, poison everything. 2 things die over here. So I'm going to have to Gauntlets the Malice Hermit off the board. I'll kill him. 14. Actually, I'm going to have to do more than just Gauntlets. There are a couple of ways I can go about doing this. Sentinel plus Gauntlets will clear it. Gauntlets plus Aegis Knight will clear it. Let's see. I think I'm going to go with the Sentinel play because leveling Sentinel is better than leveling Aegis Knight. Even though Aegis Knight could clear the free clear the Iron Mind Acolyte for free. I think I'd rather go with the Sentinel play even still. Now the Gauntlet still has to be applied to the Forge White Sentry. And here's why I didn't mind leaving the Acolyte alone. I can block it with a Sentry and clear it for free while my Sentry's not active. Sage and Sage to grow him twice. Go there, and I'll use an 8-drop to stick in front of Nova. Now I have to feel pretty good about my odds of winning this one. Even if he edicts here, I still have my Sentry alive and it will be unblocked. because anything that he plays is very likely going to be less than that Nova. So I've got 9 going through. Okay, let's open that one back up. All right, back at 2 wins away. Take armor bots all the way. Welcome, Arzakon and Quarlord, who I've already said hello to because you said hello in chat. Need just a little push. I need to not hit Mononecrium decks. Oh my gosh. Arzakon, was it you that I played last night that I had this deck versus Mononecrium that went into player level 5, was it? Before you got the Xerxes that managed to take one of my big creatures? It was painful, whoever it was. Platinum 4 versus Platinum 5. In Tillerman, why have you not selected a portrait? This giant question mark bugs me. This is a terrible starting hand, though. Holy smokes. I don't have a single... Well, I guess this is technically a robot, but I don't have a robot to play. This is a freaking robot deck. These are the only 2 creatures that aren't robots in the deck. I think that's right. Robot, 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 robot. Yeah. These are the only creatures that aren't robots in the deck. Okay, then. That kind of first play looks very familiar. Let's go ahead and take in the center lane dominance here. And we will play an Aegis Knight because it's a 5/5 with 1 armor to put on the board. It doesn't do anything, but it's there. I guess it does enable formation. Maybe I should have put it over here. I don't know. Justicar does not concern me. There's nothing Justicar will affect in my deck. Okay, so we will drop Batterbot in front of Killian and Automaton Prime in front of the Aeronaut. No brainer. That gives me enough armor on the Prime that the Aeronaut just dies without doing any damage. And removes the option of him moving that over to buff Killian enough to kill Batterbot. What's wrong, puppy? I hear you barking. Lily, if you wake the baby up, I'm going to be cranky with you, dog. Talitha is asleep. Oh my goodness. Talitha was a handful today. We went out to the museum. Spent like 4 hours running around out there. That works. That totally gets Gauntlets away, but that works. You go there. And you go there. Billy. You need to go potty? Gonna let my dog outside real quick. Be right back. Battle brand that will get the 1 damage. Well, that's somewhat disappointing. Arc flight and sentry in an open lane. Blocking those things seems kind of pointless. And into the next player level. And I do not have a gauntlets in this hand. That's kind of disappointing. On the bright side, I do have an Automaton Prime 2. He, of course, killed my whatchahoozit. That's fine with me, because that suggests that I'm going to be able to take out one of the Relic Hunters for free, or Relic Scouts for free. Sure, we'll throw Arc Flight here, and that will give me the formation needed for Automaton Prime. With 6 armor will be more than enough to not care about the 7/7 opposite it. I'll show in Tillerman how a armor deck is supposed to work. Don't put any of this crappy Tempest stuff in it. Let it stand for itself. Wipe clean. Whoosh. Relic Scouts. Sentry. And another Arc Flight. Wipe clean is a desperation play, and there, in fact, is the concession. All right. Moment of truth. First time I've been this close. One match. One win to platinum. Not platinum. Titanium. Not that kind of win. Ranked. One win away from Titanium. Can I do it? Come on, give me Tillerman again. I know I shouldn't root for playing the same person over and over and over again, but that seemed like a fairly one-sided match, and I know he's going to be in the queue again, and, you know, if it has to happen that you play the same person multiple times in a row, why can't it work out for my favor for once? Yeah, here's Kage. Final boss. Probably hit somebody playing Mono Necrium and take a how gotta be KD. God, this is the one. Sorry, it wasn't yours. It gotta be KD that I took into player level like 7 with or 6 with Mono Necrium. And that's what it looks like. Nice little purple. Oh, really gotta be? Thank you. That'll push me up to Titanium. Thank you, gotta be. Easy enough. One of those games where you go and you fight the final boss, and the final boss is just an easy pushover. Never mind, I know how that game plays out if we actually play it out. Gotta be wins probably 75 to 80% of the time, because that deck is just much better. That's the stronger deck in the matchup. It's not necessarily the better overall deck, although it might be. It it definitely beats this one. So thank you for the concession. Glad to be at Titanium. No more pips. I have reached the pinnacle of Solforge playing. I'm going to go and give a few concessions out to people to help them along their way. Since it doesn't cost me anything, we can't fall back down. Mr. AK Flyer, I'm going to open up Final Bomb and concede. Also, this is terrible. I mean, this is a Bronze 2 versus Titanium. I believe that is because there are not enough people playing right now. So the matchmaker will sit there and wait and wait and wait. This person was probably waiting for, let's say, 2 or 3 minutes. And at that point, it's valid opponents that expanded to basically everybody. And so as soon as I joined the queue, got this matchup. Well, I was going to expect him to actually, play, but it's not going to. I'll just concede. No point in sitting around. Oh,